music is one of the most important things in my life, mainly because it is the best painkiller that I have found. It gives me an escape from any problems or, hard times that I may have in life. It always makes things easier to deal with. I'm able to completely shut out everything around me whenever I play music or listen to music, and have some time where it's almost a sense of meditation a lot, and it's also a way of, to me, it's a way of being able to communicate with people whom I don't know, or being able to get messages from people whom I've never met, It's probably the brightest part of my life. I went through a difficult time when I was about 21, 22 years old. And, I was kind of bummed out for a good 6 to 8 months. And I wasn't coming out of it very well. And one day I sat down in front of the piano and I started learning like some mainstream radio music. And it was the first, I'd say, 5 minutes in months and months that I just absolutely had forgotten about all my problems. And I realized at that moment that music was doing more for me than I had realized throughout my life. That there was some factor of soul soothing to it that takes you somewhere else, out of your problems, outside of the box, where you can actually just relax and just be yourself. And I think that being allowed to be myself and being allowed to feel good about myself is really a lot of why I play. People won't be dressed in black, babies will be born. Music has been a part of my lifestyle since I was born. When I was about 6 months old, my parents had rented a piano for my sister to have piano lessons. And they would set me in front of the piano, and they love telling this story. They say that instead of beating on the piano, that I would, pick out notes and tunes, and by the time I was, I'd say 3 or 4 years old, I had written a couple of songs. I started seriously playing guitar when I was about 14 years old, and I picked up harmonica about 2 years ago. And that's one of my favorite things, because I can take a harmonica anywhere with me. I can put it in my pocket, and you can always play that. And it's pretty easy to play, so. And other than that, I have a few ukuleles that I love to play. There's some kind of sound to a ukulele that just is romantic to me. Before I used any kind of social media with my music, I always only really played for myself and my parents. I never felt the confidence that I could play in front of people. It was a very scary idea, and it would make me very nervous. But I'm not sure exactly what it was. Well, I moved to Little Rock, and I was alone for 3 months, and I didn't have any friends or anyone around me at all. And so I got really bored, and I decided I'm gonna make a YouTube video. And it turned out okay, and so I made another one, and I didn't really feel like I could sing at the time, and that's when my voice started developing, and I could listen back and like watch myself. And I didn't realize that back at home in Ada, there were people watching these YouTube videos. Like, if I'm having a really rough day and I have a gig that evening, a lot of times I feel like before the gig, like, man, this is a lot of work. I don't want to go do this gig today. I'm really stressed out. And every single time that I feel that way and I show up and I get my stuff set up and I start to sing, all my negative feelings go completely away. And I start having a really good time, and my mood is lifted every single time. And that to me is just unbelievable therapy, and that's why I continue to do them. It's just because it really does uplift my soul. asked me once, he said, "What are you going to do if you don't make it?" And I was kind of offended, and I realized that a lot of people have different goals when it comes to that kind of stuff. And absolutely for me, if I'm 80 years old and I can pick up an instrument of any sort or sing a song or both, I made it. To me, just being able to express and share music with other people is the most satisfying feeling I've experienced up to this point in my life. And as long as I'm able to hold on to that, then I feel like I am totally successful.